crazy way to live, dude. That's fascinating.
Did you go? Was it Brazil the last UFC?
I didn't go to that one.
Yeah.
I was filming Fear Factor, so I stayed home.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford to take the 4 days off.
It's good food down there.
In Brazil, Rio.
Yeah.
I've been to Sao Paulo. I went to a real churrascaria in Sao Paulo.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
Like Fogo de Chao, but they had a lot more organs. In Brazil, they eat a lot of chicken hearts and things along those lines, chicken livers.
The big meal is feijoada. The whole country does it.
Feijoada?
It's basically a big stew of hooves and snouts and black beans, and it's really delicious. And it came originally from slave food. It was the scraps from the table of the wealthy Portuguese that their slaves would collect and try to make into something, edible or even delicious. And over time, they created this dish that it was the food of the very poor at one point. Now it's like the national dish. Everybody in Brazil at one point or another, Saturday, you invite the family over and you sit around eating this huge amounts of feijoada and getting really, really, really fucked up on cachaça.
Well, the episode that you had in Brazil was really wild when you were at that fish market and there's these fucking alien fish that they're all eating.
That is kooky out there. I mean, that's freshwater fish. You're in water the depth of a rice paddy. I mean, 3 feet of water, and you're driving around. You look into basically rice paddy deep water to the left, and you see a 500-pound freshwater fish, breaking the surface. It's wild. I mean, there are all of these fish and creatures and fruits and vegetables down there that never make it out of that area. So it's really, ingredient-wise, it's really another planet.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Like I said, I didn't get to eat much interesting food. I was there for the World Jiu-Jitsu Championships in 2003, so I was only there for a couple of days. But we did go to the supermarket and get these fucking alien-looking fruits. Like, I had never even seen them before, never heard of them. I had no idea what the fuck it was. I just picked up a bunch of different ones with weird seeds in them and strange flavors. And
it's a great country, great food, great culture.
It's a wild country, man.
People are really nice.
They're the country that figured out fighting. They figured it out. There was a lot of confusion as to how to fight correctly. The Brazilians were really one of the first to really figure it out. They put the first big piece to the puzzle. Jiu-Jitsu put the first big piece where everybody was like, whoa, okay, this you got to know this. Because if you don't know this, they're going to grab you and they're going to break your shit. It's really simple. So the Brazilian guys just revamped the whole system. And then wrestlers came along and kickboxers. And then people realized you have to have really a full arsenal of techniques. But if you don't have a full arsenal of techniques, if you just had one, Jiu-Jitsu is probably one of the best ones to have. And the Brazilians were the ones who figured that out. When it came to, if you didn't know, back in the day, nobody knew everything because there never was anything like the Ultimate Fighting Championship. So there's never an opportunity to see what was better to know. It was just speculative. Is it better to be a boxer? Is it better to be a wrestler? Who the fuck knows? It just, nobody really knew. But the Brazilians came along and they figured out that if you only know one thing, you should know how to choke people. Because fights usually scramble. You're in a bar, you fall, you're on the ground. You should know how to strangle a guy once you go to the ground. That's a wild culture to figure that out, man.
I love it. It's Rio's awesome. I like El Salvador, in Bahia in the north. That's sort of the African heartland of Brazil, and it's where the food is sort of spiciest and richest and most interesting. There's no culture like it on earth. Aside from the fighting, it is. I don't know how anyone could, actually. I don't understand how anyone works or wants to work. If you, when you get used to just hearing that music, being in a country that beautiful, food that good. Everybody in that country looks like, attractive or not. Everybody in Brazil seems to look like they either just got laid and they're coming from getting laid, or they're on their way to getting laid.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's going to the beach in Brazil is amazing because you see people of every size, every hue. Just kind of the beach culture is so awesome, and I don't think there's any country where people seem to like music and dance as ferociously. It's really tough to not dance in Brazil because everybody seems to.
Wow. So is that your favorite country?
No,
is it up there?
No, but it is one of my favorite countries. There's
What's
something
the favorite?
really, really awesome about Brazil.
What's your favorite?
Favorite? I don't know. Spain. Spain's really awesome. You know,
Spain was where you were at that restaurant. Was it El Bulli? Is that how you
Right.
say it?
Yeah, but just about anywhere in Spain is going to be a special place with great food, and it's going to be beautiful. Vietnam, I love. You know, I think that Vietnam resembles all of the places I dreamed about. You know, when I was a little boy. You know,
Really?
the exotic East. Well, you know, there is the decaying French aspect, the indigenous Vietnamese. That whole part of the world looks to me particularly beautiful, and they like food in a way that I find very sympathetic. They're passionate about it. So Vietnam, that's going to be a sentimental favorite as well.
Wow. So Vietnam, numero uno, huh?